Thrive, we're back talking more about golf assessment today. We're going to talk about something really simple today, and that's, do you have good posture in your setup stance? Because without that, one of the things that we see is you are very likely to injure your back playing golf, which is the most common golf injury and something that we think is completely preventable if you know what good posture in your setup stance looks like. So real quick, what we want you to do is get into what we call your 5-iron stance. That's normal golf stance, hands crossed over your shoulders for this assessment, and then a little bit of knee bend, hip bend, and forward bend with your back. So what we should normally see when you're in this stance is that you have a little bit of curve through your low back. What we don't want to see is that you're overarched or you're in this very rounded, flat position through your low back. This is what we call the S shape. This is what we call the C shape. And if we're in that S or C shape, what we're doing is we're putting more stress on the low back in our setup position. So the test to see if you can find normal position is get into your 5-iron stance and then let your back arch, let your back round, let your back arch again, and then try to pull yourself up about halfway into a neutral position. This is neutral setup, and this is where we want you to live in your golf swing, okay? If you have difficulty with this, if you feel like you can't get into either position, that means you're stiff in that range of motion, and you need to work on opening up your low back a little bit. Most generally, that's because you're stiff in the front or the back of your abdominal wall. If it hurts when you do either of those motions, you probably need to see a PT because pain with that motion is not normal. It shouldn't hurt to get in and out of that position. Also, we don't want you to use that as an exercise because we've talked about before that repeated extension and flexion of your back is going to overload your disc. So this is simply just an assessment to see, do you have normal range of motion each way, and can you find neutral position in your low back in setup? If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment below or check out our webpage, Restore Thrive, where you can contact us and set up an assessment where we can get a little more in depth with you. We'll talk to you guys again soon.
Hi, Evelyn.